Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. First and foremost, apologies that this video is coming a little bit later than usual. And apologies there was no preview for this game either, but I've been absolutely buzzing to talk about this since the final whistle blew. Fulham versus Arsenal. What a game. 5-1 to Arsenal away from home. And in my view, our perfect performance, our best performance of the season so far. It's 9 wins on the bounce now. We played some fantastic football. And yeah, I've got a real reason to be cheerful. It's really good to see us playing this type of football. It was the first time in a long time that I looked at the way we're playing and I thought everything's finally coming together. We're finally clicking as a team. And if we carry on in this vein of form, I mean, that was the first time yesterday that I actually thought we played well. That's not to say that we haven't had good patches in the games we've already won. We've already won 8 games, for God's sake, but we actually played the way I want to see Arsenal playing yesterday, which was really, really encouraging. If we can play that way going into the game against Leicester, bring that into the games against Blackpool, I believe we've got another game coming up against Sporting, and then we've got Liverpool at home. I mean, we've got very tough games coming up. Let's not underestimate these sides. But if we can play that way, if we can play in that manner, then there's no reason why we can't be blowing these teams away on a more regular basis. And it's so good to see Unai Emery using the whole team. Every player feels so important in this game, whether they're playing in the Europa League and starting the game today. Players are rewarded for their effort, which I really like. Iwobi and Welbeck started the game, and I thought they were magnificent. Mkhitaryan got a chance. It feels like it's a while since he played, and I thought he put in a very tidy shift. He's a bit quiet in games at times. I thought he was a bit quiet yesterday, but he does do some things brilliantly. That pass that he made for the third goal was absolutely superb into Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and the rest of the team just seems to be so cohesive. They seem to be gelling so well. Great to see Rob Holding getting a run of games. He's looking like a real player at the minute. And all round, yeah, I'm feeling very positive about this side. It's good that we've got so many options in the squad. Every player is getting an opportunity, and it just feels like a really collective, enjoyable atmosphere at Arsenal. If you look at the players we brought on from the bench, Aaron Ramsey, Aubameyang, Guendouzi, fantastic options. And we've still got players like Socrates, Kolasinac on the bench. It's a really good time. If you can't tell my excitement, then yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'll try and get it out through the rest of this video. But let's talk about the game itself. I mean, looking at the team lineup, it was interesting to see that we had quite a few changes to the Arsenal starting 11. Welbeck and Iwobi being the ones that I mentioned. Mesut Ozil was out with a back spasm, and we've won this game so convincingly without our star man, which just goes to show what a good team we are at the minute and how much better we'll be when Mesut Ozil is fit. I'm really excited to see him return to the team, even though he's not really been gone for long. It's just a one game, but when he does come back, the more chances we'll create against a team like Fulham. It's really exciting to see. I'm confident had Ozil started that game in place of someone like Mkhitaryan yesterday, we would have got even more chances and potentially even more goals. I've got a lot of faith in Mesut Ozil this season. But on the right hand side, we saw Mkhitaryan start, as I say, was a little bit too quiet for me, but does do some good things throughout the course of the game. As I say, it was a tidy performance. Back four was pretty much what I was expecting it to be. I wasn't really actually expecting Socrates to be dropped. I thought it would be Socrates and Holding. They'd probably be the two that I'd like to see a bit more of this season. I think those two will work really well together. But Mustafi had a fantastic game. Holding had another splendid performance. Maybe could have done a little bit better on the Fulham goal. Monreal certainly should have done better. His wayward pass going straight into the path of the Fulham man. And on the right hand side, Bellerin, who had a rather shady first half, but second half was absolutely sensational. He's having a brilliant season so far. And in goal, Leno, who again was excellent. So yeah, really positive stuff. And Lacazette leading the line as a sole striker. A bit of a disappointment to see Aubameyang dropped, but I thought that team was really balanced. And not to mention, it was a 4-4-2, so it was Welbeck and Lacazette playing as a 2, which does go to show that Emery isn't afraid to try that system. And towards the latter stage of the game, it was Lacazette and Aubameyang, and of course Aubameyang came on, got himself a brace. It just goes to show how lethal he can be, not from the start, but from the bench as well. So, I mean, whether these players are starting on the bench, whether they're starting from the first whistle, then they've still got a part to play, and I think they're very well aware of that. So sitting on the bench, I don't think it's a big problem for a lot of these players, and they should be relishing the opportunity just to be in the matchday squad because they will have a part to play at some point in the game. The chances are definitely there for them. And that first half, it wasn't, you know, we actually did play really well up until the Fulham goal. The first goal we scored was fantastic. Brilliant work from Lacazette. What a season he's having, by the way, to control it. The touch was brilliant. The finish was excellent as well. Great cross in from Monreal. Great link-up play with Iwobi as well. And unfortunately, that league didn't last. Just 1 minute before half-time, Schürrle getting a goal. Very good goal, to be fair. Not too many complaints from me. Monreal should have done better. We know that we do put ourselves at risk of giving away goals like that if we do want to play this system of playing out from the back. Unfortunately, unfortunately, it was Monreal that gave the ball away in this instance. But we didn't give as many chances away as we have been giving away in recent weeks, which is really encouraging. We weren't as defensively susceptible to damage as we have been in the past. So that was really, really encouraging. And I think Rob Holding playing so consistently is a big reason as to why that is. He is looking so commanding. And, you know, I really hope he gets an England call-up sometime soon. It's a real shame that I haven't got anything against Lewis Dunk, but he's in the England squad now ahead of Rob Holding, which is not a shame, but given that Holding is such a promising player at the minute, only 23 years old, and England desperately needs centre-halves, it would be great to see him get an England call-up at some time soon if he keeps this rich vein of form going. Going into that second half, it was blistering. It was fantastic from us. No changes at half time, but Torreira in midfield was excellent. Xhaka, I thought, sprayed the ball really well, but Torreira in particular was really at the heart of everything good we did. He, at 22 years old, you forget how young he is. He is so mature. He's so good on the ball. His passing ability is fantastic, and he's just everywhere on the pitch. It's great to see. We've got a player on our hands. We've not like this. We've been crying out for a player of his ability, and he's just come out of nowhere. So it's really refreshing. It's a real breath of fresh air, and I really hope he stays fit because he's going to be so crucial to anything that we may succeed in this season. So I can't quite recall all the goals, but each one was as fantastic as the next. That third goal in particular is the one that I want to talk about. Aaron Ramsey scoring literally 39 seconds, I think it was, after he came on, and was at the heart of this bit of play. Ramsey, Bellerin, Lacazette, everyone, pretty much the whole team involved in this move. It was brilliant, and you saw kind of 3 passes in, you could tell it was going to be a goal. It was just brilliant football from Arsenal, scintillating stuff. Ramsey's celebration when it went in is definitely something worth noting. Arms raised in the air, sort of insinuating this is what you're going to miss. And whether he stays or not after this performance remains to be seen. I mean, we've seen him do this time and time again, and he is a fantastic player when he's on song. But the question is, it's when he's on song. It's, you know, there's been a lot of performances this season where he hasn't been up to scratch. It was very convincing from him when he came off the bench yesterday. And if he could do that from the start of matches, then I don't think Emery or the board would have any problems paying him the money that he wants. But it has brought a question mark into his future now because, of course, we've withdrawn this offer. We're not really in a position to negotiate because we can't say, look, we're not going to give you this, and we're going to, after the win at Fulham, we're going to give you a new deal because you scored a goal. I don't think it really works like that. But I mean, maybe we'll go in with a higher offer at some point if he does start to perform in the next couple of months. But I think, I don't think, you know, even though he did score that brilliant goal, I don't think we're going to miss him too much, given the other goals we scored in the game, even though he was crucial to another one as well. I still think we're capable of scoring. I still think we're capable of creating chances. I think we've got players that can accommodate for someone like Aaron Ramsey. It will be a shame to miss him, and you know he's right in saying this is what we'll miss. But I don't think we can dwindle on it too much if he is to be leaving the club. But again, it's put a question mark into Emery's mind now, and be interested to see how that one develops. It's really interesting. But I'm not gonna be overcast by the future of Aaron Ramsey at the minute. I'm just really focused and really excited by how Arsenal are playing, and for Aubameyang to come on as well, bagged 2 brilliant goals. The whole team's playing so well. I'm just really looking forward to that game against Leicester. I'm gutted it's the international break. I just want this to continue because things are just going too well, and we're 2 points off top. We are 2 points off top. We lost our opening 2 games, but we're 2 points off the team that beat us on the opening day. So we've got a reason to be cheerful, and I'm not going to go out there and say we should be competing for the title, but if we keep beating the teams that we're meant to beat, and we get results against the bigger teams such as Liverpool, City, there's no reason why we can't have high ambitions whatsoever, and no one should say that we can't, because if we keep winning games, I mean, I'm more than happy for us to just keep petering along, just do it in the background, keep it quiet, and let the other teams carry on with what they're doing. Let's take the focus away from us. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I mean, I couldn't really care less whether people take us seriously or not. If we keep winning games, then we'll be right up there at the end of the season. I don't think we'll win the league, but I think we've got the capabilities to certainly finish in the top 4. I don't think there should be any doubts about that whatsoever. I look at Man United just getting a scraping past a Newcastle side. They were 2-0 down at home, and yes, they won the game, and everyone's going mental about that. But let's put things into perspective. They're just getting past Newcastle at home by 3-2, and they've put about 10 men in the Newcastle half throughout the course of the game. They're not in a good situation, and if anything, that victory just casts over what is a bigger problem at Manchester United at the minute. Tottenham, I mean, I think their lack of investment throughout the summer will come back to haunt them at some point throughout the season. I don't think they've played overly well as of yet. I still think there's some work to do there. Chelsea are, of course, the team that are really on fire at the minute. They've started a lot better than I thought they would. Sarri's doing a brilliant job there. But, you know, it's an interesting game of football. I hope we're not the ones that fall away. I hope we keep this run going. And I hope the football only continues to get better. But, yeah. I mean, let's not count ourselves out of the top 4. Let's not count ourselves out of the title. I'm saying that really, really lucratively, but let's keep it going. Let's get a few more wins on the bounce. Let's get a lot more wins on the bounce and see where we end up. But it is only October. I don't want to get carried away. But 2 months into the season, 2 points off top, 9 wins on the spin. I'm a very happy Arsenal fan. Get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Please do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to AFC Game by Game, and as always, I'll speak to you very, very soon, guys. See you later.